Well, hello everybody, this is Connell. I just had the battery pack on my original Excalibur 800, which I've had now for 18 years. Although I did upgrade it some 8 years ago to an Excalibur 2 metal hydride battery. That battery just started acting up on me. Now, I was getting so that, if you have an Excalibur 2 with a metal hydride, you can get 10-12 hours out of it before recharging. And I never would allow it go that far, but I'd get down about 6-8 hours and I'd recharge it. Well, suddenly I was getting so it'd go about 3 hours, and then I'd start getting some loud back feed, and about a minute later I'd get some more back feed, and then 30 seconds later I'd get more back feed, and then 15 seconds more back feed, and eventually I lost it totally. The battery was just going dead, and I'd charge it. So anyway, I knew I had a problem. I've got two Excaliburs to run, because it always seems like something's going wrong with them. So I ordered a Excalibur 2 battery pack, metal hydride. And if you have looked for one of these, you know that they're fair traded at $165 a piece, no matter where you buy them. So anyway, I bought one. I got to have it. But then I ended up with that battery that I took off. Here it is right here. This is the container. I have taken the actual battery pack out of here. Now, I tried to rebuild the battery pack. I thought there's just 10 little small batteries in there. I thought I could buy them. You can't. At least I could not find them. Those batteries were costing me about $25 each, or $25 total for 10, $250 each. And like I said, I had to turn around and send them back. Didn't work on them. But anyway, after doing that, deciding I had to go, I got looking online, and from this company called Only Battery Packs, P-A-C-K-S Incorporated. They're in Sussex, Wisconsin. They said they had a battery for all of the Excalibur 800s, 1000s, and when I called them, they 1000 and the 2s also. I wrote to them. They only got here a couple days, and in comes the battery. Now, this is a little different from what the original was, but it's a Max, MAXXPACKS.com is another place to look for it. It's 12 volt nickel metal hydride battery, 1600 milliamps. The original one came out with only 1000. Now, what that means is the 12 volts metal hydride gives you X number of power, or let's say the pressure on a hose line. If you've got 50 pounds worth of pressure, you've got 50 pounds of pressure. How much water is behind it? With the old battery pack with 1000 milliamps, you would have less water to draw on than this one, which has got 1600. I talked to them about that. So this just came in. I'm pretty sure it's going to fit. They say it will. So I'm going to turn this thing around, and I'm going to set it up, and let's put this thing back together. By the way, this cost me $35 for this pack, and $9 worth of shipping, so about $45. A lot better than the $165 to get a brand new one. But let me put this together, and maybe you can save you some money. It's been a little while. Okay, back again, quickly. With this, it looks like there's only a couple things you need. You're going to need a 5/32 Allen wrench. I have, this is in or 5/64, excuse me, Allen wrench. This is a pack of Allen wrenches I got together, and some dielectric. They tell me in the instruction book some dielectric silicone compound. Got this from Napa. I've been using it anyway, so I didn't have to buy any. But I bought this because the Style-Electric is a good grease to put on our connectors. The waterproof connector, you know, that you have to screw down. Put that on all the contacts there and on the washers, and it helps get this thing down. So, okay, let's turn this thing around and let's start putting this thing together. Oh. Okay, here's this battery pack that I just got. Never use a lot. Trickle charging, overheat the battery, higher rates. I have a automatic charger that I got for the metal hydride. Now they recommend that you kind of like this because with the other one, this 9-volt battery hookup was back here. They had 4 down the side, and then 2 on the top, and this little flat spot that would be back in here was where they put this connector, and you have this wire that ran all the way down into there to hook it on. And you had to pull it out with a wire. With this one, they give you this nice little thing to go out. This cord to pull it out. We have to pull it back out again. So anyway, they say what we got to do is lubricate up these sides here. So they fit in there. I'm trying this for the first time with you, so I mean, we're going to find out if it works or not, right? That's got a thing to keep it all dry in there. Okay, let's try putting this down the side. Okay, that works. Put that desiccant packet down the side. The little triangular sides there. That'll save you some problems. Okay, now where's that screw hole? There it is. Okay. I see something here that will help us. If you look down the front of here, see this? That's where those screw holes are. You just got to line them up. That one in. See if you get them all right. It goes right, doesn't it? Got to be smarter than a set screw and a cap you're trying to put on a piece of plastic. And that's all it is. You just got to be a little bit smarter than that is. Why aren't you going in there? See, this is way taking way too long. There she goes. There she goes. There she goes. Tight. Over. Tighten the other side. There it is. Now I'm going to check it. Let's see what they were putting out for battery. So okay, I'm back. local Klutz is back. Okay, now these batteries should be putting out about, well, they're 12 volt batteries, which means they'll be putting out close to 14. This has just come from right from the factory. It's been charged up, and as you can see there, it's putting out 12.91 volts. So it's working okay. Now obviously you have to charge it up, but my rebuild has worked. Now the last thing that we got to do is put this little plastic cap on. Now what I have here is Lexel elastic sealant for every job. You can use GE silicone also. And this is like basically the first line of defense for sealing up, not allowing water to get into our unit. So and it's also, by the way, an excellent adhesive. I was having trouble toward the end here with this one, and it was coming off all the time. And by the way, a little hint, when you're working with this GE stuff or Lexan, put a little water in your finger. Now see, here's where if the water can get in here, right in the crack. The second line is the O-ring, which we put some dielectric grease on it, and then any moisture does get in there, the desiccant pad will do it. But this is recommended because this will seal that all together. And of course now some of this dielectric grease. And guess what? I've rebuilt this metal hydrate battery pack that was 8 years old and was not putting out the 12 volts because it had a couple bad cells in it, and rebuilt it for could replace it for 165 hours, and I rebuilt it for a lot less than that. Now let's talk expense. I'm going to come over here and sit down. My easy chair. So okay, this is a pretty simple rebuild. First of all, you're going to need a set screw. I said this before, and this is a 5/64. It's the smallest one in this particular set. You do not have to buy the set. You can just go get the common Allen set wrench for a couple bucks at your Lowe's store. Get yourself some dielectric grease, sold by Napa. I think it was around $3, $4, somewhere in there. I've used it for a couple, 3 years. Or you're going to use it all the time. Besides putting this thing together, you're going to use it on your connectors that connect up here, because you have to seal that, and also you don't want any water to get into this connectors. And then of course you're going to have a GE silicone or this Excel silicone. That's it. Took me a little longer than what I expected, because I thought I was going to rebuild it totally, but in the long end I found out it's easier just to buy that battery pack from this all battery. Only Battery Packs Incorporated in Sussex, Wisconsin. And this particular thing that's in here is called a Max, M-A-X-X pack, that they put together for a $35 and then your shipping. So I hope you can save yourself a lot of time and they got the batteries to me after I ordered it in 2 days. I don't think you even have to spend $165 for a second pack. If your battery goes down, just order it and rebuild it. Good luck and good hunting. I hope you get some good stuff.